Feeder Master Raheem Glaves here, and today's topic I'm going to be talking about what my chess looked like when I was only 1000 elo. I'm going to be going through a game. As you can see here, I'm 1074. What you guys can actually do to improve your games, I'm going to be showing you what worked for me, and again, the reasons why persons actually stay stuck while others progress. Let's get right into this video. Alright, so for this one, make sure to have your pen and paper. I'm going to be breaking everything down. So, my mistakes, what you guys can learn. So, I played pawn to e4 here. Now, at the time, I was feeling a little stuck. So, I didn't stop at 1000. I went way up, I think. I'm not quite sure the rating. But what I want you guys to understand is like, there was a point in my life where I just could not improve. Like, it doesn't matter what I did, stuck. Now looking back at it, it was clear why, but I'm going to be breaking it again down in this video. So takes on d5, knight f6, and the first thing is that I was extremely materialistic. Plus, I did not understand the importance of development, the importance of piece activity, which I keep stressing in my videos today. Now pawn to c4 is simply protecting the pawn. He played bishop f5. Now here in this position, it's kind of okay, but normally you don't want to be too materialistic. If you like what you're doing is costing you your development, it's better if you just develop. So here he played bishop to f5. Like, there's a lot of gambits that black can play, which could equal a lot of trauma for white, at a very early age. The way I look at this now is like right now it's obvious to me. I know that persons at below 1000 would still look at this and they're like, how is black even equal here? Isn't black up a pawn? I look at chess today as active versus passive pieces. I am not like I am up a pawn. I'm like, black has literally every single force ready to take me out of my misery, while all I have is dead pieces or inactive pieces and the pawn sitting on c4. That's how I look at chess today. I try to keep it as simple as possible. Here I played c4. My opponent played bishop f5 and pawn to d4. So I was really trying my best to hold on to this pawn, and it's now move 4. I've only made 3 pawn moves. Knight to d7, and here I played knight to c3. The second thing that I kept on doing was that I did not know that to take is a mistake. Now, if you have a position and you don't know what to do, try your best not to improve your opponent's position. Every trade has to be benefiting your position, guys. Now, here I played pawn takes e5, and what I'm doing is I'm simply bringing my opponent's piece further into the game. Like, saying that out loud right now, it sounds, a little bit crazy, but at the time I was doing this like crazy, guys. Like, I see a pawn, I see a pawn trade, I take a pawn trade. I see a piece trade, let's do a piece trade, guys. Like, that's not how you play chess. It has to be improving your position. So you want them to take and actually help your pieces get into the game. The more tempos you get, the better your position will become. So compare that to actually the correct move, which is d takes e6, which is allowing black to backtrack their pieces. All right, so this piece is now controlling squares in my half. It would have been, again, going backwards and allowing my pieces to get forward. So remember, you want trades that benefit your position. So obviously I took on e5. Again, I'm 1000 elo and played bishop to f4. So queen to e7. And another thing that I keep stressing today is that I was obviously doing my tactics, but like, why wasn't the tactics clicking? Like, why was it a case where I reached a level where I just could not improve? Why do I keep blundering my pieces? Now, everybody has like specific blind spots in tactics which they just don't know. Now, for me here, as you can see, I'm very careful when creating unprotected pieces today. It's not perfect, but I have reduced the level or the amount of times I've blundered like a tactic like this a lot compared to before. Now, whenever I'm creating an unprotected piece, I always look out for tactics on it. There are different types of tactics. Find out which ones you're kind of, go falling short on, and then hammer those. I played q2 d3, and remember, today, if I was coaching myself, like, it's obvious. I'm like, how is this kid not understanding that he needs to protect this? But then there are blind spots. To others, they'll be like, obviously you take on e5 and then play queen e2 or just develop your pieces. But remember, at the level, certain blind spots come up. So obviously, guys, the correct move is to take and then continue back with your chess. I played here, and my opponent, with a masterful move, played knight to d3, ready to take me out of my misery. But guess what? This is bringing us to our next thing that you guys need to take away. Good moves and good plans, two separate stuffs. One is short-lived and one will bring you far in chess. Now, growing up, my coach basically explained to me that it's good to have like a bad plan than no plan at all. I know that he took that from somewhere, but it's really good information, guys. Now, my opponent obviously had a blind spot for this bishop as well and took on e2, which gave me a chance to develop my knight. But then I was like, obviously, who needs development? I'm the great Glaves. I'm feeder master, right? Not at the time, but I eventually, if he didn't want to bury my pieces for me, I helped him. I was like, everything here shall suffer. But the stink about it, guys, at what rating do you think this chess is going to last for? And I don't want to like go into it like too much, but knight takes b2. He allowed me a chance to protect my bishop. Obviously, this was the correct capture, and I don't know why black didn't just take the bishop again. So here, knight takes b2, and if you thought that was it, I played knight to c3. Tempo moves. You need to capitalize on tempo moves. Tempo moves is like you getting a free move, guys. So like this is the same thing as this, but this buys me time. Knight to d4 forces black to make a move, and I get another move again, guys. Like saying this today, like, you're getting a free move. Why wouldn't you take it? Because I just did not know. If you're interested in 1v1 sessions, you could book through my website. The link is going to be in my description and my bio. Now, fortunately, I had a coach, so he could actually tell me that I'm making these bad habits early, which I was able to fix and just, get my title. But others would be doing this on repeat, not knowing where they're going wrong. They don't analyze the game until they lose, by the way, and even that, they don't get much information out of it. This guy just took the pawn on c4 and was like, Raheem, take my knight. So from a completely winning position to now completely dead lost. And yeah, like, he probably struggles with visualization, guys. So takes, and now knight e4. So what I see happen a lot at low elo is like this. It's like maybe something that happens too often, too much for comfort. But it's like if they have two pieces in the game, they try to play with the two pieces instead of bringing more. You could castle your king, get like your rook involved. You could bring more pieces, guys. So get your king out of the center. You need to utilize the opening principles. He played knight to e4. He's like, all right, Raheem, I only have two pieces developed. I only want to have one. So obviously I granted this wish. Bishop takes. And another thing that I didn't have a full on eye for is that my opponent is not a chicken. I basically explain that in my videos as like chicken chess, where you're playing to reactive, you're not really trying to counter attack. And that was the exact thing that happened to my opponent in this video. I played rook to e1, and at 1000 elo, guys, trust me, you only focus on your plans. I did not see anything from my opponent. I was like, all right, this is my game. I make all the moves. My opponent has no responses, guys. And if you're reactive, you play pawn to f5. If you have a tactical vision where skewers are concerned, then you'll find this move bishop to b4. I hope you guys are like really taking notes. What I had to fix, what you guys need to fix. And remember, it was just faster for me because I had somebody which like the minute I made this, I was like, all right. And I showed the coach. Coach was like, Raheem, are you crazy? Fix this. So bishop to b4 would have basically ended the game. I'm losing not one but two rooks, guys. The minute he takes this one, then the other one is gonna be falling as well on h1. Nightmare, guys, nightmare. So fortunately to my strength, I was able to stop this bishop to b4. I don't know, with it's just strength, guys. You know, strength covers the pieces. And I played f3. Fortunately here it's not the same thing because I took on e4 and I have currently two pieces for the rook. Now this is going to bring us to another thing which I see persons at low elo do a lot. They trade two pieces for a rook unprovoked. Two pieces on a normal basis is better than a rook, guys. So if you have any doubts where that is concerned, you're hearing it in this video that two pieces beat a rook on a fair shot, guys. Once it's not like some crazy imbalances like this, two pieces. Knight e2. I was really like here that, you know, I'm not against this. This is very good. I'm taking tempo moves. Thanks to me. Okay, bishop to a5 and e5. So as you can see, I was extremely aggressive, guys. Like there was nothing that was like you know, you hear my videos know that I don't show mercy. Yes, it was from very young, guys. Had the center, got everything in. A lot of mistakes, but still, like once I was really comfortable, everything started flowing. King to c2 and knight to d4. So remember, at today's level where I'm a current master, rook to d1 would have been blitzed because I know that I need to get all my pieces into the game. At the time, I just use what I see. I'm like, all right, I have this, let's use it. So knight to d4, and this man did not understand how knights work. Whenever you have two pieces on the same color, be careful of knights. That's how things happen. So you know what I was like having, guys. So here, you know that I had a blind spot for skewers, but I was really good at finding forks. If you gave me a fork in chess to spot, I'm finding that. For persons, it could be the opposite. Like they struggle with finding knight forks, and then they see a skew and they're like, wait, this is so easy. Find your weaknesses. So now I played e6. Do you see that I was extremely patient? Look at this, guys. This is like 2016, guys. You know, I had two rooks to take, and I'm like, no, pick your doom. Pawn to d6, understanding patience, which is what a lot of persons today needs to do as well. Don't rush the chess. Relax. Let your opponents suffer. So pawn to d6. Now g5, bishop. But guys, the rooks are still there, which is why I'm telling you, don't be too materialistic. Learn to actually wait. Now I had these two passed pawns. I mean, like, you know, I was like, conversion here is gonna be pretty simple. Bishop to b3, rook to e1. So look, this is what I see happen a lot. Like they don't know that they need to bring the piece into the game unless they run out of pieces. They're like, all right, why can't I convert anything? And they're like, oh wait, my rook, and then they bring it. So that's for some persons. This rook will be here for the whole game, and they start just like utilizing their pieces that they already have, blundering everything in fantastic style. Don't be like those people. People who follow my channel improve. So let's go. Pawn to a4, bishop to c2, and remember, I was a counter-attacking genius back then. So bishop to b6, everything in my opponent's half. Rook here. If you struggle with counter-attacking, work on it. That brings you again a far way. If you're like chicken chess and you're playing too reactive, like every time somebody attacks you, you run away, that's bad. I counter-attacked, and that was resignation, guys. Let's go. Hope you guys are taking notes. A lot of things were said. Improve your chess. Thanks again for watching, guys. Like, share, and subscribe, and see you again another time.